Okay, so breaking overnight, one person is dead and three others are recovering this morning after a boat crash on Lake Vermilion last night. According to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office, several emergency crews responded just after 6:20 near Manbeck Island, which is in Beatty Township. Authorities say the crash threw several people into the water. Two people were taken to the hospital by ambulance. One person was airlifted to a Duluth hospital. First responders attempted life-saving measures to a fourth person, but they were declared dead at the scene. The Sheriff's Office has not released the victim's name pending family notification. No word yet this morning on the condition of those injured. The cause of the crash is under investigation. You can stay with Northern News now as we get more information.